It's week 3 of the 2022 season, and all eyes are on the reigning MVP, Aaron Rodgers. You can't ask for much more than his last game, a 5-touchdown effort. It's the Packers and the Buccaneers, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 23.
Still a bit warm here in Florida, but really all things considered, a wonderful fall afternoon for football here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Green Bay Packers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. And here comes the winner of the last two NFL MVP awards, Aaron Rodgers, as he brings his Packers out for their first series of the game.
We're not even a quarter way into the season. He's already off to a pretty nice start. NFC Offensive Player of the Week in last week's game.
Yeah, week 2, he was electric. Let's see what week 3 has in store. Rodgers going to come out throwing. And his first look is incomplete. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught it, had a good chance of getting that first down. That's a nice job holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. On the return, it's White. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Tampa Bay's offense set to take the field, and of course the quarterback, 23-year veteran who's had a Hall of Fame career several times over, the great Tom Brady.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Well, Brady and the Buccaneers here, 1st and 10 at about the 32. Fakes the give to Fournette. Now Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down.
Evans' 1,000-yard streak to start his career remains intact and is now at 8 years strong. And in his 8th season, came a career-high 14 touchdown catches as well. Another similar season, and Mike Evans will cross the 10,000-yard milestone this year. Easy 1st down pickup for the superstar wideout.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Brady. Open man has got one. It's complete. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers 39. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Brady now on first down. He completes it to Evans. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. The numbers for Evans a week ago, well north of 100 yards receiving. He was hard to stop. The only thing they did well defensively, they didn't allow him to get in the end zone.
And that's small comfort for them because he actually carved them up. I love his versatility. I love his route running, ran entire route tree. They hit him on deep shots, quick hitters, balls over the middle, balls to the sideline. He was everywhere.
Dean Lowry just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's when we turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And as we check the next-gen stats, that play lasted just 2.7 seconds from beginning to end. It's not enough time to throw the football. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this will remain a scoreless game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
They juked him. And down he goes at the 49. A 3-yard pickup. Throwing now is Rodgers. Open man left side. It's the tight end, Tunyon. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. And, you know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. Now, the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
And he'll be out right at the 35. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Again, it's Fournette. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. Play action. Now it's Brady. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Quay Walker Brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. So a great play there for this highly regarded linebacker, making his first career sack.
And his versatility on display right there. Look, we've known him primarily as a tackler and a cover man, but he can go get the quarterback when the situation calls for it, as he just did right there.
Fourth down, so Jake Camarda is out there. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is brought in at the 21. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here first and 10. Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw complete here on target to Tunyon. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The numbers last week for Tunyon: 6 catches, 74 yards, and a touchdown.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Looking to throw on second down. Rodgers. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Now it's Rodgers. Got a man. It's Tunyon. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
They go back to the ground with Jones, and he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter. After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5. From the 31, Rodgers. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. The Packers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. On the delay, Jones. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
So now on 4th down, Rodgers will give way to Mason Crosby for the field goal try. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Crosby is good, and the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now. And
no return here for White. It'll be a touchback. But now this offense comes back out onto the field. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. On play action, now Brady. He completes it to Julio Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch so far for Julio. He's got a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Throwing on first down is Brady. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. On second down, here's Fournette. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing is Brady on third down. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down.
Wow, the coverage we just saw break out on third down. Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
Yeah, he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. Second down. To throw on second and 6. Rodgers caught left side by Cobb. Rodgers to Cobb. Good for a Green Bay first.
A gain of 9 yards. First down, Packers.
So a little breathing room now. First and 10 at the 17. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's second down. Here's Jones again on second down. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Here's Rodgers. He'll let this go deep for Lazard. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. First and 10. Now Rodgers trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And the Bucs are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
They begin with a run by Fournette. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
From the 44, Brady out route, and the ball is caught by Godwin. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Brady now on first down. And this is going to be incomplete. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a second and 10. He'll look to throw. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 43. Give them 10 yards on that one, and that earns them a fresh set of downs. A shotgun give to Fournette. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Brady. He completes it to Jones. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. That's complete. And oh, he coughed it up. And the Packers pick it up. There he goes, left side. 20. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. He'll begin with a give to Fournette to start the drive. Pass the 20 for a short gain, 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Brady to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Now Brady. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Here's Jake Camarda now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. From midfield, here's Rodgers. That's Tunyon bringing in the quick throw. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Rodgers going to throw. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. To throw, it's Rodgers. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Here's Pat O'Donnell on now to punt it away. White now to return. And he'll be out right at the 35. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. A 1st and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Brady's throw here into the hands of Jones. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down.
That's interference.
Let's check in with our referee. Trying to disrupt Julio Jones there, the intended target. A little too close, got the flag thrown.
I'm not sure anyone can cover Julio Jones one-on-one for very long without getting...
And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown. Chris Godwin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Buccaneers are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Packer offense heading back for one final first half drive. And leading 10-7, and they may just want to get this to the locker room. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. Buying time to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cobb. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. Let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. And on now to a check on the next-gen stats in that first half for the Packers. And it was a tricky half to figure out numbers-wise. They've got the lead, but you'd figure they're definitely talking about ways to get this passing game back on track. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, they had a little more success than their counterparts did in the passing game, as evidenced by the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. From the 6. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start the third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time,
The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
From the gun on 3rd down, Brady. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked it to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he's on to kick it away. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer 1st down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. A 4-receiver set here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 6. Rodgers throw into the hands of Cobb. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Holding, offense.
So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. Now it's Rodgers.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily...
Looking for his tight end Rudolph, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Quay Walker, and the Packers are going to take possession of the football. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his 2nd one.
Running right, Jones. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Here's Rodgers to throw. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Open man left side. It's the tight end, Tunyon. Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8. Throwing is Rodgers. This is caught. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Rodgers to throw once more. That is caught by Cobb. And it's a Packer touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Packers take advantage of the field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Now this offense trying to change the script here a little bit, CD. Trailing on the scoreboard in the last timeout on the very first play of the drive, they threw that interception.
And you definitely saw his coaches, teammates come over to him on the sideline, trying to help him shake it off because in this game, his team is down right now. So it's important to make sure you get some confidence back for both the quarterback and the entire offense. Otherwise, those mistakes could continue to pile up.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Brady now to throw.
Crossing route, and he hits his man. It's Jones. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Throwing now is Brady. He finds his target. It's Evans.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Inside handoff now to Fournette. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Brady to throw on 3rd and 1. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 28. They only needed 1 yard on 3rd down. They get 10 instead by going to the air.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Brady now on first down. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Julio Jones, 28 yards.
And the Bucs are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Boy, that route is really tough to cover because if they're running it correctly, you think it's really going to be a slant.
Yeah, well, we talk all the time about how it's tough to execute offensively, but you're saying, don't forget, it's tough to cover for the defense, too.
Yeah, the number one thing that you're taught is to not get caught inside or get beat inside. So you guard that a little bit more, so that gives you a little bit more space to operate outside especially inside if you're a receiver.
So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
Number 12 back out there. Aaron and his Packer teammates set to begin their drive. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive.
Rodgers pass complete to Robert Tomlin. It's a gain of 6. First down, Green Bay.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter.
You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Well, this has been all that we'd hoped for. 2 of the game's all-time great QBs slugging it out in a one-score game here in the second half. 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw here pulled in by Lazard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The punt is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. From the shotgun, a give to Jones.
To the 43, second down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Rodgers. He's got to hook up to Lazard.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now Rodgers looking middle, and it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Up the middle, Jones.
And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 48 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to swell the lead to 6. And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up
Fournette once more on second down. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
a 2-yard pickup.
Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. And Rudolph has it, the tight end.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
On 1st down, Brady. And this one is incomplete. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
Dean Lowry picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
36 yards on the punt with no return. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's complete right side to Lazard.
Rodgers pass. Complete to Aaron Lazard. A 6-yard pickup. Brings up
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers over the middle. He's got Watkins. And down right around the 32-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. Able to find Lazard.
And he's going to have a Packers first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
On 1st down, Rodgers.
A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up 2nd down.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Back to throw, Rodgers. Then gets it over the middle to Cobb. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. An inside give to Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as he'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Again, it's Jones. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. They'll try the right side with Jones. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot him.
So here's Brady and the Bucs. Down 20-14, 27 seconds to go.
And they've got to travel the full 75 yards, and time is obviously a huge factor here. 1st and 10. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete.
And he'll get him a first down up past the 40 as the clock ticks on.
Man open, here is Jones. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for the Packers, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll return home next week to take on the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs.